Wade is guarding Bryant. Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! He banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
Boom! What is going on, Insurance Syndicate? Happy winning on Wednesday. You know what time it is. It is 9 a.m. Central. We are live here within Syndicate HQ. We got a slightly different show for you guys today. If you can't already tell from the description, I did put a post out there 20 minutes ago. I don't have a guest today, so I actually wanted to give my time to the group and to its members. I get a lot of Facebook messages, a lot of texts, a lot of calls from our members and also other insurance agents that aren't necessarily part of Syndicate. But again, you now have the opportunity to ask me those questions live, or you can actually even join the show with me and we can work through whatever that may be together. That if you just want to talk some shop, if you guys can real quick, let me know that you can hear and see me in the comments. I do see people tuning in. Just want to make sure I didn't do what I did freaking last week. And was running off my laptop microphone and not my actual microphone that was right in front of my mouth. So let me know you can hear and see me in the comments, and then also let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm going to refresh here. And again, you guys look at the description of the show. There's actually the StreamYard link in there where you can pop on the show and actually go through whatever you may want live together. So what's up, Lily? Hey, real quick, everybody, if you didn't see the post, go find the post. But Lily is commenting here. It was her birthday yesterday. She does a ton for us here in the group, which will lead me into, I guess, before we get into the office hours segment of this, is shout out to Viva Virtual Solutions. They are the main sponsor of the show. Shout out to Rob Lopez. And again, you see her in the comments, even though it is on her day off. It was her birthday yesterday. Shout out to Lily Davies for everything that y'all do here within the Insurance Syndicate and for just a multitude of other insurance agencies and what you guys provide on the virtual assistant side of things. Seriously, nothing but amazing things to say about Viva. Highly recommend. So if you are in the virtual assistant market or maybe not happy with your current provider, give them a ring. They are awesome. And again, you can see Lily here in the comments, and then they are the main sponsor of the show and have been for now over a year. So thank you guys. Shout out to Viva. But y'all, I see you tuning in here. What's up, Laura? Laura, you were actually one of the agents that messaged me not too long ago. Do you got anything you'd want to hop on the show? Or again, guys, if you have questions or anything, I'm just going to chill. So I'm more than happy to answer anything you may have. Or again, if you want to hop on the show, what up, Alex? Good to see you, bro. Dude, Alex, you should hop on here and just talk about how you guys are crushing in freaking trucking insurance, bro. Seriously, it's crazy to see some of y'all's numbers that you're posting. What's up, Rami? Good to see you, Rami. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I hope all is well. I see Joshua on here. Again, I'm just going to chill, y'all. So if nobody has any questions or doesn't want to join the show, I guess this will be a quick winning on Wednesday. But I wanted to try it. I'm trying to just switch up winning on Wednesday a little bit and just, bring some different content to you guys, a little bit different of a show style. I know we'll probably never really get away from our roots of bringing on guests and interviewing them and providing value that way. Just to, it's funny. I think I was talking about this on last week's show where even outside of this industry, but definitely within insurance, we all think that like we all are dealing with our own problems. And then it's like you start talking to anybody and it turns out we all have the same freaking problems. So it actually does help to hear what other people are going through, because then you can realize you're not alone. But then maybe that's something they figure out how to do, which can now improve your agency. But again, wanted to try a little something different today. little office hours. So again, you guys see the link to join the show in the comments if you'd like to. I see Tony in the comments there. Tony's about to crush. You can't use the link. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see if this works for you, Laura. One sec. If my comment section wants to load. One sec. Hope everybody's having an amazing kickstart to the week. Oh, now all the comments are coming through. Nice. I just dropped the actual link in there. Laura, hop on here. It'd be good to have you on. As far as Facebook ads, so I am actually not using Facebook ads. I work with some companies that use Facebook ads, but I'm actually not running ads myself. So I'm pretty much all organic social media, and really now at this point in time, kind of just word of mouth. So kind of more the grassroots type stuff, networking. Again, I've become definitely more involved in the community, but I'm not actually running anything on the ad side of things. That would be a question, even though Tony's not in PNC like we are. Tony is running Facebook ads and has for years. And we do have a lot of other people in the group that are running Facebook ads too. But I'm sorry, that would probably be the one. That would probably be the one question. I think I've run one Facebook ad ever in my life, Laura. And it was during COVID to help promote a small local business and get quotes for $100 gift card to go to dinner when everything was shut down. So I'm sorry, I'm actually not the person to ask when it comes to ads. But here's Laura anyways.
Hey, Joe, no judgment. I missed my hair appointment 2 weeks.
You are a legend. I freaking love this.
So my hair lady is like, you're not putting me on video. Hey, I've been following you for a long time. And yes, you did help me last week. Unfortunately, that team member did not work out. They actually hung up on a client on Friday for what I would say not a justified reason. So what you and I talked about, I didn't go through with.
Okay.
I just couldn't trust him to handle our clients outside. But now that I am back in it 100%, I'm considering getting into the Facebook ad space. So any insight there on how to even start doing that?
Yeah, so I literally was talking. I was like, I'm probably like the worst person on Facebook ads. Now, as far as if you're looking for people, though, I mean, everything I think we've talked about this before, just on the organic social media side of things. Here, how about this? Actually, I'm literally, perfect. Let me find. Hold on, I'm gonna see. I don't have my keyboard here, but I'm gonna find this group for you. Shout out to Justin Slocum. Justin was actually just tuning into the show. He may still be watching with us. Let me find you his group real quick. I was just looking through it. All right, hold on. All right, I literally have to go to my laptop, but I'm going to get this for you. I will be right back, guys. I'm going to be off camera for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, let's see. I just dropped that in the comments, Laura. Are you still with me?
Okay. I'm still here.
Okay. In the actual comments to the show, I just dropped it. Justin Slocum runs that group. Justin is an ex-Allstate guy. I think he actually might have had, was it 7 or maybe an 8-figure exit? Just one of the most amazing dudes ever. But he has a Facebook group. Anybody else that's also just interested as far as recruiting, it is specific for remote people, but who knows, maybe where you're at, you may be able to find somebody that actually works in your office. But again, you're not spending any money on it. It is just a Facebook group where it's like PNC remote positions only. I think there was like 3 or 4 different people looking for a new position. just in the last like 2 to 3 days. So it could be just, again, a free resource for you to hop in there and join that group. Not often that I'm promoting other Facebook groups because I'm obviously live and running my own Facebook group, but there is a lot of like recruiting potential in that group. And again, you can just pop in there. A lot of times people are posting anonymously, and then you just, drop some contact info, reach out if there's something you'd be interested in. So could be something there for you. And then ultimately, again, just posting on your actual Facebook profile. You'd be amazed that a lot of people, how many of them are actually looking on Facebook for potentially a new opportunity. Or again, it even goes back to a lot of what we teach here within the group, which is just get behind the camera. And the more that you're posting, showing just, again, your culture, how you do business, you can really appeal to the right person who may not even be in the industry. Are you looking for somebody that's licensed? Or are you down to start super green, or what are you thinking?
No, I have one super green right now. I'm really looking for someone who has the experience and the license. And being in the Houston market, that's a beast of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm looking for, is someone who can handle our market. I'm here.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely. But send me that link over and I'll leave you guys a review. As you can tell, I'm literally never missed your show, no matter what's going on. So
I love it. I'm sending you like a gift.
I don't want to get any judgment on. I can't believe this girl's getting her hair done on a Wednesday at 8 a.m. Okay. It's just how it felt this week.
No judgment whatsoever. It's in the comments in the live show. If you don't catch it, I'll message it to you. But it's a great group. And then, technically, if you're looking for the paid side of things, you could look at Team Hired. They are also a preferred vendor of the group here within Syndicate. And they do actually a really cool how they onboard. I've used them in the past. I haven't used them recently just because, again, the organic stuff has definitely brought people into my internal team. But they do a really cool onboarding where they'll do all of the assessments. They bring everybody to the calls, but they actually do it in like a group call setting. They actually are who run our Thursday show. If you watch Ask the Experts at all with Andy Arter and Dave Williams, that's kind of one of their flagship products. It's called Team Hired. They have recruited and placed like thousands of freaking insurance agents and producers with teams. So it's cool though. They do like a group setting. You're on it, but they run the entire interview. Andy, if you're watching this, you can correct me if you guys change this, but this was when I was using them. I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Where you're sitting there, you're not necessarily asking the questions. You're just looking at, again, they have to have their cameras on, all this stuff, and or maybe they don't, which is already an automatic, like, okay, maybe you're not that serious about joining. So they do a group setting, then they pull you out into a separate room, ask you who you like the best, and then they will go back, remove the people that you didn't like the best, and then you'll have another group setting with the people that you like the best, where, again, they're still running the whole interview, but you're getting to kind of pick and choose with who you want to have like a deeper conversation with. It's actually a really cool, I don't know, some people think it's kind of savage. I thought it's pretty cool where, it is a whole group setting. You get to see them kind of, and also gives you a good idea of if they're even down to, do they bounce off of each other well, even in that group interview setting, or are they like instantly like talking trash on other people, or again, like not paying their attention, not listening to other people. I thought that was a cool thing, but that is a paid service. So if you're looking to run paid, you may not even have to try to run ads, and you could just pay somebody to freaking do it that's been doing it too. So
yeah, and that's I'll have to check them out, because that I would love, just the help and the assistance on the hiring process.
Yeah.
My heart's a little too soft at times, and I've got a pity heart where I'm like, oh, you're having struggles. Let me help you.
Right. Let me see. I can probably tag Andy on here. I just tagged Andy here within the comments as well. You'll see it. You're in StreamYard right now, but once you pop to the actual Facebook Live, you'll see I tagged him, and then he's kind of their head of sales, and even some of our Clearview agents have just recently used them. So definitely recommend it if you're looking to pay for it, for sure.
Great. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Sorry I ruined the show today with the hair.
No, I freaking love it. That is commitment. Like, thank you so much for hopping on. I'm seriously, I'm sending you a gift basket or something. Some syndicate love for following and hopping on literally while you're getting your hair done. It's freaking awesome. All right,
okay, you guys have a great week.
Yep, you too. Later.
Bye.
I freaking love that. I'm going to pin the actual stream here. I don't know if I can actually pin that while I'm live. What up, Todd? I see you on here. But again, if you guys have any other questions, anything like that, do not hesitate to ask. Or again, if you want to hop on the show, looks like we got a lot of people tuning in right now. And you saw it. Literally, Laura's just there getting her hair done, and we were able to talk some shop real quick, and maybe provide her a free opportunity to go out there and get some business through our Facebook group, or you can look at Team Hired with Andy Arter. So cool. Anybody else got any other comments, any questions? Drop them in there. I'm watching it on my phone, so I can definitely see them. Let me know. I'm down to chill. I love doing stuff like that. Oh, okay. Here we go, Todd. What you got? If you had to choose between writing more business fast or slowing down to make sure every client truly understands the coverage they're buying, even if it costs you sales in the short term, which would you pick and why? Honestly, I'm probably going to lean a little bit more on the fast side of things. I don't know if fast is necessarily like the right word for that. Like, you still want to be efficient. So I think efficient should be paired. Like, if you're efficient, you should hopefully be somewhat fast, right? At the end of the day, I think that goes back to the agent and the skill set, and ultimately maybe just the character of said agent. I don't spend a ton of time making sure they understand all the coverage that I include on a policy, but I know that I include all the coverage that they would need when disaster strikes. So again, when dealing with consumers, it's even, y'all, we see it all the time in the comments. And Todd, I know you hear it. It's like, don't say full coverage, whatever. Like, I don't sit here and like reprimand them for saying full coverage, but I know what they mean. I'll do a quick little, correction. You're just talking about physical damage, which is your comp and collision for the most part. Full coverage is when you have every single coverage on a policy, but I understand what you mean. But I just have my agency standard and I have my agent standard, just how I know, like, I'm never not going to have water backup. I'm never going to not do foundation coverage. I'm never going to not do like just certain cover replacement costs. If I don't ever sell an ACV, or like if you start getting into like dwelling fire policies, like I'm never flipping a DP1. I never am. Even if they request it, it's such a bare bones, like, in my opinion, I know that they're needed. That's why it's a product line for your maybe fix and flips or something like that for investor side of things. I'm always selling a DP3 just because I know that's what's going to be best for them for the most part. And again, there are one-off situations, but again, I'm typically going to lean more towards the fast and efficient because I know that I'm doing right by my client. So again, that could also, if you take that to the management side of things, if you are seeing your agents go really fast, make sure you're spot checking their work as well. Is something that I would probably add to that, Todd. And I know you're starting to kind of get into this management role. You've got a team that you're building and working with. You want fast, you want efficient, as long as it's right into the standard of what we hold ourselves to. So it's great question. Because again, I think that sometimes you'll get so held up on talking coverage that you'll just talk them out of the freaking sale too, right? So we need to be fast just to even get them closed. But again, not to the point of where we're cutting coverage or it's a detriment to the client. Good question though. I like that. Because some people are the other way. They're like, I am going to explain every single freaking coverage on this policy. For me, I just know the standard of what I'm going to place for this client. I know it's going to be good for them. And then ultimately, just make sure you get your signatures. It's the big thing, especially if you're like removing UIM stuff. That's more on the property and casualty side, which there's a freaking ton of agents that do. I just don't even understand why. You look at like the freaking premium dollars that are associated to some of these coverages. Like, why are we not matching the rest of the bodily injury, whatever? Don't get me started on that. I can rant on that for sure. Good question, Todd. Thanks. Oh, yes. We did have Lily. Thank you for dropping that in there. Juan Davies, he posted it in the group yesterday. I believe I pinned it to featured. Me and Tony, it may have been just me that was tagged in it. If you guys go, you'll find the post. Lily, maybe if you even want to drop that post link here within the comments for them to very easily be able to click over there. It's you just got to drop a couple comments and you can get some like free professional edited videos. And he's got a bunch of other services and stuff that he can offer. But just great dude. Got to actually meet him in person at 8% last month and just trying to help support. So Lil, if you want to drop that actual link to the actual post here in the comments too, they can check that out. Love it. 100%. That's right, Todd. 100%. Anybody else? Anybody else want to hop on the show? I mean, you can't even tell me that your hair ain't done because we had somebody hop on this show while getting their hair done. I mean, come on now. Don't be acting like you ain't got your makeup on or something. You can't hop on here. Oh, I didn't put my little syndicate logo up there. Anybody else? Coming up on 20 minutes. This has been good. Got some. I'll talk a little bit about just kind of what we got cooking on our side of things. A lot of y'all. I don't know. Maybe if you guys don't know or just haven't so I have my own internal agency called Sinopis Insurance Group. So that all runs within Clearview. Obviously, my main role is president of business development with Clearview, where we're recruiting and bringing on franchisees, which I freaking love to do. We've got 3 new franchisees that will be in office technically tomorrow night, and we're training on Friday and Saturday morning. We got a whole workshop style going on in the office tomorrow. On Friday. If you're in the greater Austin area, or especially in Cedar Park, feel free to come by. We're going to have like multiple different stations, and it's going to be super interactive. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, but I also have my own internal agency. So when I'm going to recruit, and again, maybe this is just some value add that I would bring to other members. If you're going to recruit, it's really hard to recruit if you've never done it. That, or you did it 10 years ago. The landscape of just this industry as a whole, obviously I'm in property and casualty, but the industry as a whole has so drastically changed that if you're trying to recruit people based off of what you did or what you know from 10 years ago, not to say that you can't do it, because obviously you can sell somebody on the pipe dream, right? But if you're not actually doing it, I think that definitely lessens your value, when you're trying to bring somebody on, but then ultimately continue to support them. So my own internal agency is growing. You guys see Todd here on the call. He is my head of sales and manages the rest of our sales team, which we just kicked off our new weekly meeting this morning. So we added another meeting to the week just for us to all stay on the same page. And then we have another new agent who is joining. We just got licenses and everything submitted to the team last night. So the internal sales team is growing. You guys know Alex Hankey there, who has been with me from day one since starting Redwood, and even actually technically was with me on the Allstate side of things before we split off to Redwood. And he's our head of service. So he runs our team of virtual assistants. Shout out to Viva Virtual Solutions, who we utilize for that side of things. But we are rocking and rolling. We're growing. We've got a lot of reps in. We're coming across new risk every day. But again, it allows you to just continue to learn about the changing landscape within the industry. We are also riding. This is something I challenge agents on a lot too. Y'all, we are living in a virtual world, and I know COVID was devastating for many. But people literally do not care where you're sitting as long as you're taking care of them. So we're doing business. Clearview as a whole is technically an approved franchise in all 50 states. And I want to say we're active in like 42 states. So that is also something to understand. And you can even remove property and casualty from that as well, where just as a whole, like you got to know what you're selling across other state lines, right? But at the same time, I would also, this is again why I challenge agents, and I love my referral partners. I love you guys. But there's no reason I should be losing a client of mine for 5, 6, 7, if not 10 years because they're moving across the state line and I'm not licensed. Go to the NIPR, pay your fees, and within 48 hours, you now have, said license. Now, not to say that you can always get that appointment. So that is something we were already set up in all these non-resident states. Not to say that some of that has been limited in the last 2 to 3 years with the market shift and stuff. But as the market continues to open back up specific to property and casualty, I know it's easier to turn that on for life and health. Maybe a little bit different for Medicare, just with plans available. Don't quote me on that because I am just now calling Medicare and not Medicaid. But again, those non-resident states are super powerful. But at the same time, you got to make sure you're keeping up where, you've got rate reductions here. Like SageSure is taking I think Todd was saying a 2 or 3% rate reduction overall in the state of Texas. So that's big on the property side of things. But then also that's totally going to vary in all these different states that we're doing business in. But I do encourage and I do challenge you, if you don't have a non-resident license or maybe just 1 or 2, maybe look at getting a 5 or 10. You'd be amazed at how much more business you can take just through digital marketing, through organic social media, all that stuff. So, there you go, Laura. I like that. Lily, you're gonna have to like transfer that over to Juan's post. Laura, if you go to I know you're like watching the show too. I freaking love it. When the show's over, you can go to the actual, if you look in the group, just look up Juan Davies and you'll see his post that he made where you can go in and comment. We're trying to drive people to that thread so that it all stays in one. But I do appreciate the comment and thank you for still staying active while you're getting your hair done. It's freaking awesome. All right. I mean, I'm down to chill for a little bit longer. So I guess I'll just hang out. If you guys have any other questions, anything like that, if anybody wants to hop on the show, shop talk, whatever, I'm down. I'm chilling. If any of you guys have ever been in StreamYard too, they just have the funniest the background music. Oh, you guys want to listen to this is my first ever Insurance Syndicate song. I don't think I can play the new one because it gets marked. It like mutes my video. Let me try this one.
Oh, Joe, you already know. The Insurance Syndicate's the one-stop shop. Disrupting this industry if you like it or not. We're the best of the best industry leading companies. You don't believe it? Well, come and see. Either way, we gon' keep on winning. Wanna win? Pay attention then. Insurance Syndicate. Make sure you remember the name.
Joey Yak. Joey Yak. You guys remember Joey? He used to be a lot more involved in the group. I don't see him as much here in Syndicate. He's still in here, though. That's back when he was doing Business Bangers. And I was like, man, I need one for Insurance Syndicate. The one-stop shop. Disrupting the industry, if you like it or not. It's hilarious. Gosh, that was so many freaking years ago now. I know, literally, Todd, like, I haven't heard that. I'm like, dude, I haven't heard it. And that song has got to be, gosh, I mean, 3 or 4 freaking years old. As old as this dang group, which is pretty crazy. All right, I'm going to leave it open just for a couple more minutes. Anybody that's last minute tuning in, feel free to drop those in the comments or actually hop on the show live. I kind of like this. I like this style. It's like, I'm not going to lie, y'all, like running these shows, even though I've been running these shows like every single week for freaking years, there's always just like that little bit of pressure or like, man, I hope everything goes right or my camera doesn't mess up or I don't mess up my freaking mic like I did last week. These types of shows are just like this type of like environment or setup is just like way more relaxing where I just feel like way more chill. It's like not near as much pressure and I can just hang out. Let's see what you got here. Another question. I'm considering joining an MGA. I'm direct with all appointments now. Being at our current book size with each of my 3 largest carriers has knocked me out of, damn. I could potentially be eligible by joining the MGA. I don't know about that. That's just a lot to give up that direct. Would you be able to keep your direct and I guess run it as like a subcode or something through them? Or I mean, there is value in joining a group. I'll 100% say that. It's literally like what my main job is to recruit people into Clearview, give them access to training, to carriers, to support all that good stuff, right? The full suite. But that's because they don't already have direct contracts. There is a ton of value in those direct contracts. So again, a lot of that time it's because of when you got in. Nowadays, it is near impossible to get these directs unless you have a lot of experience. And even with experience or with premium on the books, because of market conditions, they've really started to limit that a lot. We're even still going through that as Clearview, and we're doing millions a month of new business, right? Where you still can't get a certain appointment. We're just not giving out new logins, whatever that is. And that can definitely be state dependent, I would say. Some of our states are like green. We want the new business. Other people are like, we're still kind of holding off as they're bouncing back, into profitability here from the last year or two. So I don't know. That's kind of tough. I mean, I would then factor in the contingency bonus. What would that look like? Which you can't factor in that bonus every single year, right? I mean, I could probably name on one hand the amount of agents I know that bonused out with their carriers in the last couple of years, just because all the carriers, like, you're just unprofitable. Claims, inflation, the economy, all that. Like you said, Laura, one claim was, what used to be even $5,000, what used to be $500. Now it's freaking $15,000, $20,000. Labor, all that stuff. So I would probably shy away from that for a bonus unless they were bringing immense other value to you as the agent, where it made sense for you to give up those commission points and potential policy ownership. That is another thing, obviously, I would look at. Like, do you actually own your book when you rolled into them? What does it do as far as commissions go? Are you rolling into like an 80-20 or something like that? And then ultimately, what would that bonus look like with those carriers? And is it worth the offset? And is it worth it where because again, you're going to have to, you would have to qualify for that every year. But again, that's also the value of joining somebody. It's way easier to qualify as a group and as a whole and leverage that production versus trying to do it on your own. Yeah, that's kind of tough, Laura. There's probably a few things I would look into that before I would actually give you like my true opinion. Like, really, just you got to make it make sense. And again, I am not opposed to. You want to go fast, you do it alone. But if you want to go far, you do it with other people. But how does that structure look like? Is it other people just within your office because you have the direct appointments, or is it more of again, you want to go far with like another organization and you think you could leverage them? Again, remove just the bonus. What else can they offer you if you were to roll? Because again, that's the other thing. If you roll your book of business into them, like they're instantly going to be making money off that too, depending on the split. So a few things I would look at probably. Another great question, Laura. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to joining somebody. It's got to make sense. And again, anybody on the life and health side is like, what are you talking about? You can get directs with any of our carriers. Yeah, it's different on the life and health side. Property and casualty is just a different ball game. Didn't used to always be like this, but it is definitely right now. And I don't foresee it changing. Again, I mean, our progressive rep gets to come talk to Joe. You know, we've got 150 plus other freaking agencies. He only has to talk to me and we handle all the compliance, all the training, all the support. Like he doesn't have to add all of those agents into his office visits. Right. And then technically all the agents then don't have to have a brick and mortar. They don't have the production requirements, whatever, because they get to leverage the group. But even again, at a carrier level, again, specific to property and casualty, I don't see them really trying to shift too much away from this because they're still making their freaking money. Whether they're paying the agent, you know, whatever they're paying. I mean, they're paying us the premiums unless you're like going direct or something. I think it makes more sense for the carrier to just put that on us. So, and that is kind of, that's strong. We actually had one of our reps, I'm not going to name which carrier or anything, actually sent us an agency of theirs that was exiting. And because they really liked us as, so again, just kind of the reason I say that, just talking on like strong carrier partnerships where they'll actually like help drive the agents to us versus, you know, again, maybe trying to buy the book back and roll it into like a direct or something like that. I say direct as in like a call center. So yeah, a couple things on that. Good question again though, Laura. Thank you for that. All right, we've been going a little bit over 30 minutes. I will chill for what I've been going almost 33 minutes. So I'll chill till 9:35. If you guys got any last minute questions, don't hesitate to drop them in there. What's up, Michael? I see you on here, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna pop out here and refresh, make sure I didn't miss anything. Cool. Charles, Trisha, I see you on here. Hope everybody's doing well. Again, this is just office hours, guys. You got a few more minutes. If you have any type of shop talk, any type of questions, you can kind of see what's going on above in the comments as you're tuning in. Even if you're catching the replay, go ahead and drop them. I'll circle back around and respond to them in the comments. That, or I can drop you my calendar link and we can book some time together. But again, just wanted to shift it up a little bit today for Winning on Wednesday. Little office hours edition. Maybe I'll start throwing in one of these a month, right? Just to kind of give you guys my time. I know I've got a lot going on, and the group is really starting to grow and almost damn near kind of running itself, which I freaking love. But also at the same time, you know, this is my baby. this is Syndicate. When I started this thing, I never knew what it was going to grow into, and I love every freaking minute of it. So yeah, maybe I'll do one of these maybe once a month, or I'll just schedule something. And I guess speaking of actual schedule, we do have, so next on Monday, you guys can find it in the event tab of the group. I'm going through how I leverage my personal profile to basically drive a six-figure funnel in sales and revenue. So again, all of my, like how I've pretty much built everything runs through my personal Facebook. And then obviously once personal Facebook is running, I'm leveraging that, but then I'm obviously leveraging the groups. But with professional mode and all the new features that they have in Meta for your personal profile, I mean, it's crazy with the amount of reach and the amount of engagement that you can get if you're just using it correctly. And so I've got a training. Look in the event tabs of the group. It's on August 25th. So that's this coming Monday. And I believe I have it starting at 11 a.m. Central. So it's trying to play all my time zones correctly, not too early for my Pacific people, maybe catch my Eastern people at lunch, and then my Central time zone folk right before maybe you're taking an early lunch or you're getting ready to. So again, that's on the 25th. It is a free training. I'm not charging anything for it. And I'm going to break down literally any and everything that I'm doing and how I'm leveraging my personal profile to literally, it's not a joke, y'all. Like, it is a very easy 6-figure revenue funnel on sales, but then also on the recruiting side. I use a lot when I'm bringing on agents and things like that. I've literally never paid or spent money on an ad, or even my partner Brian on the Clearview side. We've never run any type of marketing or ads or anything to bring on agents. It's just word of mouth. And then a lot of my stuff is Facebook. I'm getting tagged all over the place. Hey, if it's PNC, you need to talk to Joe. So join that training with us. That is, again, this coming Monday. We've got our Ask the Expert show tomorrow with Andy Arter and Dave Williams. Friday, we've got the Invested American podcast with Alex and Ali Sala. Yesterday, Tony ran Tuesday training. Very informative when it came to at least the bit that I got to tune in before my calls was contracting, and just, again, all of his expertise and knowledge on like what an LOA contract is, a direct, all these different things, and how to just navigate that space. So definitely check out Tuesday training. And then as always, Monday Mindset with Luke Acree. Every show except for Thursday's show is at 9 a.m. Central. So you guys can tune in. We're running live every single freaking week. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for everybody that commented and asked questions. Thanks to Laura, who literally hopped on live on the show while she's getting her hair done. I freaking love it. And I hope everybody has an amazing rest of the week. It is the peak of the week. It is not time to slow down. It is time to keep the pedal to the floor. We appreciate you guys. Seriously, the syndicate would not be who we are without our members. And without further ado, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. See you next week. Later.